On today's video, I'm going to show you how I rough dry my hair. I was going through a lot of my old videos trying to figure out topics that I haven't touched on yet or topics I wanted to revisit. I often do this before I create content to make sure that I'm trying my best to give you guys the most valuable content that I can. And I realized I've done a lot of blow dry videos, but not just one on how I rough dry my hair specifically, other than maybe like brushing over the topic in another video. So this one's going to be dedicated to just how I rough dry my hair. But before we get to that, on the topic of content, if there's ever a topic that you guys would like me to revisit in more depth, do an updated tutorial on, or a topic that I have not made any content on yet, please let me know in the comments and I will do my best to make those videos for you guys, because this content is for you, so I want to make sure that I am always making you guys the videos that you want to see. So my hair is washed. It was finished being washed in the last 5 minutes. I like to blow dry my hair almost immediately after washing it. I do not like to allow it to air dry very much or at all. Otherwise, I don't get the best results. So if I want maximum volume and I want my hair to go as long as possible between hair wash days, then I always make sure I don't let my hair start to air dry in a towel, out of a towel, in any way, shape, or form. I get out of the shower, I do what I need to do, and within the first 5 minutes, I get to blow drying my hair. So we're gonna take off the towel. I don't brush it, and it is tangly, but I promise you, for the most part, as long as you spray in a leave-in conditioner, most of those tangles are gonna fall out when you blow dry. So I'm gonna start with my leave-in conditioner. This is the Wella Ultimate Repair Miracle Hair Rescue Treatment. It's like leave-in conditioner, heat protection, all that. Obviously, make sure you're using heat protection in some shape or form. I'm actually using two because my mousse, I always use a volumizing mousse. This is the Design Me Puff Me volumizing mousse, and this also has heat and UV protection. And since it's summer, UV protection is super important to help my color and my hair fare well in the sun. So always putting lots of volume mousse into my roots and really just all over my hair. And I like to make sure I shake it out, no big clumps, anything like that. The blow dryer I am using is my Dyson. So I did get a Dyson for Christmas and that is what I use. It's a great blow dryer. People ask me, I have never done a specific review. I think it's a great blow dryer. It does a good job. However, for the price tag, you can get a great blow dryer for like $200-300, way less than it's going to cost you for one of these, in my opinion. I have really great ones that I use in my salon. The Babeless Ferrari, for example, which is way less than I paid for this, or than I didn't pay for it, it was a gift, but way less than what my husband paid for this. Still a great blow dryer. What you want out of a blow dryer is 1800 watts and ionic. And as long as you have those things, it's going to do a good job. Now, if you have a $20 Conair blow dryer from Walmart and you love the way it works, cool, that's great. There's nothing wrong with it. But if you find that your hair takes a long time to dry, that your hair's really frizzy or tangly after, you might want to try leveling up to a little bit nicer of a blow dryer if you can manage that, because it really does make a difference. Sometimes my clients are flabbergasted at how fast their hair dries when I dry it, when they have a much cheaper blow dryer at home, and it takes their hair 4 or 5 times longer to dry when they do it themselves. So a good quality blow dryer will make a big difference, but you can still get the job done even with a cheapie. So I'm just going to start blow drying my hair, and then I'm going to voice over because obviously I can't talk to you guys while I blow dry my hair. So let's get started. I always start with the top of my head and I blow dry my hair fully over at the roots, directing the roots in the opposite direction I want them to sit. So to the side and a little bit towards the front. Once I feel like those roots are pretty much mostly dried, I'm lifting the hair so I can really get the air around. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side, just directing the hair in the opposite way. It's likely going to be falling, blow drying, concentrating at those roots. You really don't need to concentrate on your ends. They're going to get dry unless your hair is super, super, super long. They're going to get dry during this process. Once I have pretty much gotten all the roots at the front dry, I will flip my head over and continue the same process throughout the rest of my head, constantly using my fingers to separate the hair, making sure the air is flowing through everywhere so everywhere is drying pretty evenly and quickly.
not just leaving the dryer on one section of hair at a time, constantly moving it around. Sometimes it's a little easier on the nape of your neck to flip your head back over and do that straight up. So sometimes I will work on the nape of my neck and underneath my hair with my head up and just kind of just get into that area, just like I'm doing here. You also want to make sure that when you're blow drying, you're kind of always pulling the hair in the direction you want it to fall, not blow drying it around like crazy like I just did there, because that's going to create a lot of frizz because your cuticles are going to blow open. Try to keep everything going in a smooth direction.
All right, once it's done, that's when I will go back in with a hairbrush. As you can see, really no tangles, like tiny little ones, but going slow to see if I can find any, but really 99.9% of any tangles that existed have fallen out. It makes the hair super fluffy without much frizz. I mean, I'm still gonna get minimal frizz when I don't do any sort of smoothing with a round brush or anything like that, but if I'm not going anywhere, this looks great. It gives me lots of volume. It makes my hair look clean. It still gives me lots of shine, and that's how I rough dry my hair. I hope that helps. I hope that if you've ever struggled with rough drying your hair, that this was helpful. I sometimes forget that some things as simple as showing you guys how to rough dry your hair might be helpful, because to me it seems like the most simple thing in the world because I do it constantly. But I always remind myself that something that is routine and simple for me might not be routine and simple for you, and I am happy to show you even the most basic of hair care routines. Thank you so much for watching. I love having you here with me on my channel. Please share my videos with anyone that you think would love to be a part of our DIY hair school family, and let's keep growing here. I really want to hit 100K followers. That is my dream. So let's do it, because we are more than a quarter of the way there at this point, which still seems really far away, but also somehow still seems really close. It's making me excited. So thank you so much for watching today. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. I will see you guys at my next video. Bye.